You're watching 9 News. Moving on to Asian news. China has warned the US not to interfere in the South China Sea territorial disputes as Hillary Clinton arrived in Beijing for a visit trip on Tuesday. Before going to Beijing, US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton had talks in Indonesia about the territorial disputes. She urged China and Southeast Asian countries to solve their arguments peacefully. Clinton arrived in Beijing late on Tuesday and had dinner with Foreign Minister Yang Jiechi. Clinton said US-China key relationship was the engagement with the Asia-Pacific. Yang pledged that Beijing would like to work with the US to create a new type of major country relationship. Following her visit in Beijing, Clinton will fly to Russia to participate in the APEC forum after visiting East Timor and Brunei. A Korean court awarded a fisherman of more than 2.45 billion won in compensation for being falsely imprisoned as a spy for 15 years. The fisherman Chong was among a group of fishermen that was seized while collecting shellfish near the disputed sea border in 1965. After 17 years, he was taken by the South Korean military in 1982, accused for spying for North Korea. Chong was detained and interrogated for 13 days. Released without charge, he was detained again the following year for 38 days and was forced to sign a confession under torture, which his wife and brother were also forced to do so. Mr. Chong is now 71 years old. He spent 15 years in prison until 1998. Despite he was released, law enforcement agencies still monitored his daily life. Chong's innocence was confirmed by South Korea's Supreme Court in January last year, after which he and 6 family members filed for compensation. Fast food giant McDonald's plans to open its first vegetarian outlets in India this year in response to the customers' preferences in the region. Due to local demand, the global hamburger chain said on Tuesday that they will open the first vegetarian restaurant in northern India next year. For religious reasons, beef is not eaten by Hindus, who make up the majority of India's population of about 1.2 billion people, while Muslims view pigs as unclean and avoid eating pork. McDonald's offer localized options to cater the locals' tastes and diets, such as using chicken patties or spiced potato-based fillings in the burgers. McDonald's has more than 33,500 locations around the world, but only 271 are in India. Now moving on to sports news. Kiwi swimmer Sophie Pascoe has won a silver medal in the women's 100-metre S10 backstroke and equals her medal haul in Beijing with 2 events remaining.
The Cantabrian Princess of the Pool finished in 1 minute 6.69 seconds, which went under the former world record, but it was not good enough to take gold from the Canadian Ashley Mortimer, who defended her title. For the second time this week, Mortimer has headed Pascoe off at the pass, though Pascoe was again gracious in defeat. South Africa's Shireen Sapero won bronze. The 19-year-old Pascoe has already won gold in the 100-metre butterfly S10 and the 200-metre individual medley SM10 and silver in the 50-metre freestyle S10. She has a day off today and will get ready to strike for gold in her last 2 events, the 100-metre freestyle and 100-metre breaststroke.
North Harbour could not prevent their 3rd loss in a row after a 27-15 defeat at the hands of counties Manukau and Albany.
Harbour conceded 4 tries in the wet and slippery conditions, while their 2 tries came from rare forays into the opponent's half. Despite counties playing with 14 men for the last 7 minutes, North Harbour couldn't take advantage of their extra player. Only a small crowd of fans came to support North Harbour on a cold and rainy night. Counties coach and former All Black captain Tana Umaga was happy with his team's effort, saying the winning result was due entirely to the players rather than the coaching.
The Real Madrid superstar Cristiano Ronaldo said his sadness was not related to money, as media speculated he wanted a better contract with the club.
The Portuguese superstar winger refused to celebrate after he scored his 149th and 150th goals for Madrid. Later on, he posted a statement on his personal Twitter account saying he felt sad, but it had nothing to do with money, and that one day the world would know the truth. Media also speculated that his intimation that he was sad was about the result of Europe awards handed out last week when Barcelona's Spanish midfielder Andrés Iniesta won the Best Player title. Ronaldo denied this reason as well. There were reports that Ronaldo met with club president Florentino Perez on Saturday and revealed his disappointment in the dressing room not giving him real support. If this is true, he could be looking for a new club in the near future.
Now moving on to Happy Diner, introducing and reviewing your favourite restaurants in Auckland.
Hot pot is one of the most popular meals in winter. Auckland has a number of outstanding hot pot restaurants, and generally the gimmick lies with the soup base. Today, we're going to share a winter nourishing soup base with you. It has ginseng, lycium, Genesee, angelica, bay tea, red dates, and more. Added with handmade meatballs and fresh chicken meat to enhance the taste.
What do we have to do in winter? Eating tonic food cannot be left out of the list. Today, Sarah will share the nourishing chicken pot with you. This nourishing chicken pot is a decent pot. It has different kinds of Chinese medicine, such as Chinese angelica and wolfberry. We know that Chinese angelica is good for girls, so if you love your girlfriend or girls who want to nourish yourself, come and try the pot. Even though the hot pot has Chinese medicine, the taste of Chinese medicine will not affect the soup. The fresh taste of chicken and meatballs are fantastic, especially if those meatballs are handmade by the chef. So it's totally different from the meatballs we buy from the supermarket.
The restaurant provides different kinds of soup base. They are all made without MSG. The owner suggests customers to try the soup first before adding anything else to it. Chef Zhu has been working in this industry for many years, and his soup bases are very popular.
I've added carrot in soup, which can help you sweet, so the function of the nourish and sweet can be balanced. It's suitable for everyone to drink.